On Sunrise, another local cat falls victim to bird flu. How local officials think it caught the disease and advice to protect your pets. Plus, a Providence nurse hit by a car in a crosswalk on her way to the picket lines. How she's recovering and how her co-workers are rallying behind her. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. We will get to your headlines in just a minute, but first, let's check in with Chris McGinnis, who's in with your weather.
Good morning, nice to see you.
Nice
again,
to have
Libby.
you here.
Bright and early, or well, not quite bright. We'll get there eventually. There will be bright sunshine
coming
in the forecast, and it is early. That is true, and it's cold too. Let me step out of the way. This is a live look from our Rose City sky camera, where the temperatures dipped a couple of degrees in the last hour. We're down to 31 at PDX, and I also want to point out that the dew point is in the upper 20s. So there is still some room for the temperature to drop a couple more degrees between now and sunup. We're down to 28 last check with a calm wind in Salem. The dew point there is 21. That's an indication of how dry the air is and the additional cooling capacity that remains between now and sunrise. And speaking of cool, it's 17 right now at Timberline. I wanted to show you that shot because you could see the moon off in the distance. That was pretty neat. All right, we're 27 right now in Hillsborough, 25 Scappoose. Where's the cold spot on the map right now? 24 Battleground and Sherwood would slide down to the south in and around the state capitol, 29 Kaiser, 32 in McMinnville. And again, a lot of these numbers with the dry air in place are likely to dip even another degree or two. So for that reason, for the first part of our day, a weather impact alert for the cold temperatures, right? You're going to need to do a little frost scraping out there, but as soon as the sun comes up, the temperatures will ease a bit and we will warm up a bit today. There also will be a developing northeast breeze this afternoon, so be on the lookout for that. Libby, plenty of sunshine in our forecast today and tomorrow. More on that, and when are we going to see rain? More on that as well, coming up in just a few minutes.
We will enjoy the sun. Thank you, Chris. We begin this half hour with news of another cat dying of bird flu. According to officials, the outdoor cat had a lot of contact with wild geese and ducks, which is how they believe the cat got sick. Catherine Cook has our story.
The second cat in as many months has died of the avian flu in Oregon. State agriculture officials say both cats lived in Washington County. One was an indoor cat. The other spent time outdoors. According to the Oregon Capitol Chronicle, that cat was euthanized after showing serious symptoms of bird flu, including fever, runny nose and eyes, and loss of appetite. State officials say the cat spent time around wild geese and ducks, the most common and expected cause of contraction. But in December, state officials say an indoor cat in Washington County died after eating raw pet food that tested positive for bird flu. The pet food manufacturer, Northwest Naturals, recalled the frozen raw turkey product. At the time, state veterinarian Ryan Schultz says it wasn't the cause they were expecting, but an important reminder of the bird flu's reach and scope.
Most of the exposures we would normally assume to be the source weren't really an option. And so we dove down a little deeper, found out that they were feeding a raw pet food.
Both cases are troubling at a time when the H5N1 virus is picking up momentum, killing millions of birds nationwide. Many of them chickens from backyard coops to commercial farms, driving up the price of eggs. And there are other concerns. In Chicago, wildlife officials are warning the public to avoid sick or dead birds after euthanizing dozens in recent months.
This disease has almost 100% mortality rate in the animals that we are seeing. And so really our options are euthanize what we can, because human health is going to be the utmost priority.
And to help stop the spread of bird flu, experts encourage people and pets to avoid eating raw or undercooked meat and raw dairy products. You should also keep your pets away from waterfowl and dead animals. Experts say while cats are most at risk for contracting bird flu, dogs can also get the virus but appear to be less susceptible to it. A sad story in Woodburn where a 15-year-old was hit and killed by a train on Friday. Police say the teen was crossing the tracks at around 4 in the afternoon near Stark Street and Ogle. They're not releasing any details right now and are asking for witnesses to give them a call. Just over 2 years ago, a 17-year-old was killed by a train in Woodburn, close to the high school. The railroad tracks there run right through the middle of town. A Washougal woman hit and killed by a driver going the wrong way on I-5. The crash happened Friday morning in the Seattle area, killing 18-year-old Mia Lockhart. Police say the driver who caused the crash is a teenager who's suspected of driving under the influence. He was not injured and has been arrested for DUI and vehicular homicide. Meantime, a Providence, Portland nurse is recovering after a driver hit her while in the crosswalk while she made the way to the picket line. Katie Brannon was crossing at Northeast Gleason and 47th on Wednesday when a driver turning onto Gleason hit her.
Next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and I was very fortunate to have a lot of healthcare workers right across the street who all ran over to help me.
Brannon says she suffered bruising, a sprained knee, and even lost one of her teeth. Police say the driver of the car remained on scene, and it appears they simply did not see her in the crosswalk. Since then, Brannon's been getting a lot of support from her colleagues. They set up a GoFundMe to help with out-of-pocket costs, especially since she's not getting paid while on strike. And as the Providence strike heads into its third week, Oregon's congressional delegation is putting pressure on both sides to come to an agreement. 5 representatives, as well as Senators Ron Wyden and Jeff Merkley, sent a letter to Providence and the Oregon Nurses Association. The letter says they expect Providence to engage in good faith negotiations and present proposals that address the wage, staffing, and working condition concerns of caregivers. Big changes are coming to Portland's 82nd Avenue as TriMet moves forward with plans for a new frequent express bus line. TriMet says it will bring faster, more efficient service to one of the busiest corridors in the region, spanning 10 miles from Clackamas Town Center to Northeast Portland's Coley neighborhood. The high-capacity buses have enhanced features, including bike storage, all-door boarding, and a transit priority signal to speed up travel time.
In fact, this service should actually improve traffic for everyone as the buses are moving more efficiently, as longer buses are moving more people.
And you can find the newly unveiled station list at KGW.com. TriMet says construction is likely to begin in 2027 with service launching in 2029.